I'm Jake and this is my micro presentation. My first strength is I can keep a calm and level-headed mindset throughout all the difficult times, such as if something goes wrong in a lesson, for example, I can stay calm, I can adapt through it, get it sorted and resolved quickly and most effectively. I'm very adaptable as I can make the use of minimal equipment, or if the conditions are poor, say if it's bad weather outside, take them into the hall, make up a new session plan there on the spot, or with like less equipment, I can make the most out of what we've got, get that done. I'm very creative and I can keep the lessons fresh and interesting for the students. For this, I'll be, when I go home after work, create a session plan for the next day. That's my routine. Keep doing that different every day, so students don't get bored. Just keep it fresh, entertaining, so they get the most out of it and they don't get fed up. I can help other teachers if they need me to cover. I can cover for most lessons. As long as I've got like a session plan or an aim for the lesson, I can do it on the spot, try and make it the most effective and best for the students as possible. I'm very organised and I'll always have a session plan how to have aims for the lessons as well to make them as productive. So in my sessions plan, I would have aims for the end of a session. Say if it's football, go shoot 60% from the penalty spot. That's the aim for the students, or teach them this certain skill. I'll make sure to do that. Yeah, just so we've actually got an aim for the lesson, so it's not pointless. I'm understanding for the students, so if they feel down or they just don't feel like up for it, I can give them timeouts if they need it. Yeah, because I'm say if there's someone on their like period or they're injured, I'll just let them sit down, have a break for the lesson, go to the library or whatever, as long as they're supervised. Onto my weaknesses now. Working a big group on my own, as I won't be able to give every student the time and help which they need, because usually I like to give everyone the same amount of time, so it's like everyone gets the same, so it's all fair. So I can help every student there, so get the most out of a lesson. People may not enjoy the wide range of sports I will include in my lessons, because I want to add all different sports all over the world. My aim is to bring in not even mainstream sports, just sports I'll Google up, research, bring them into the lessons, and then I'll crack on with it. Hopefully they'll enjoy it. If not, then we won't necessarily do that lesson again. Just as long as they're enjoying the lessons and they're getting some knowledge out of it, that's my job. I may do sports more often than others, depending on the weather and equipment available. This is for like, popular one will be football, rounders, gymnastics, fitness sports like the bleep test and stuff like that, because obviously they're minimal equipment, like easy to set up, easy to do. I know lots on the sports, so I don't really need a session plan for those. But yeah, obviously if the weather's good, we can go out, do different sports, you know. Yeah. I have more knowledge on the mainstream sports such as rugby, football, tennis, golf, all those big sports. I've got most of my knowledge is towards them, but I'll take the time out of my spare time, research all the under recognised sports, get learning them. What's my SWOT analysis? Strength. I can give every student the same amount of help so they all benefit the same. Yeah, this is one of my strengths in my area as well, because that's what I think I do best. I don't go off to certain students and give people more time than others. I like to be fair, keep it fair, all the same. Weaknesses. Some students might not be able to keep up with the different lessons. I may have to slow it down for some. This is for when I'm doing all the different sports, or if it's like just moving on too quickly, we may have to do certain sports like more than once to like get the most out of it for them. So it's not just like, oh, it's just a random sport, get through this lesson and then we won't do it again. But yeah, we may have to come through it again if they're not benefiting from it. Opportunity. I will be able to give every student a fair amount of knowledge and skill in the lessons so they get the most out of their lessons. yep, I'll stick by this. I want everyone to get the same from every lesson. They need to set an aim, and they need to reach the aim. Otherwise, we'll go back in another lesson and go over it again, because I want everyone to learn at the same pace. A threat. I can keep a different sessions fresh, so the students are entertained. This is so it's not boring, so it's not like walking to lesson. It's like, oh, Jacob, lesson's going to be boring. It's going to be fresh, new, entertaining, fun, but also I'm going to learn something from it as well, not just a mess around lesson. I'll keep it strict, but I'll give time where it's needed. I believe it's one of my skills. I'm a very good communicator, and I can get my point out clearly. I'm also very adaptable in situations, so I can think on my feet. This is being adaptable is one of my strongest skills, because I believe I'm constantly working on my feet, apart from when I have a session plan ready. But if something goes wrong, I can sort something out very quickly, very effectively, and yeah. I believe I'm great for this job because I fit all the capabilities of being a good teacher. I stick by this because I fit all the roles. I've been coaching for my Harbour Rugby Club for quite a while. Yeah, I work with under 8s, so 7-year-olds to 8-year-olds. Very loud, very hard to contain, but I do it, and they learn a lot. I keep the lessons good, effective, productive, so we get the most out of it. And that's my presentation.